All right, next on the list is A Prayer for Owen, Meany. This is by John Irving. I read this years ago when it came out. I think it came out in 1990, I think it was. It's really very good, this one. If you haven't read it, you should definitely read it. I wouldn't mind rereading it because it's, like I said, it's been a long time. But if you don't know what it's about an 11-year-old Owen Meany playing in a little league baseball game in Gravesend, New Hampshire, hits a foul ball and kills his best friend's mother. Owen doesn't believe in accidents. He believes he is God's instrument. What happens to Owen after that 1953 foul ball is both extraordinary and terrifying. All right, yeah, it's a good description without giving you any, spoilers or anything, but it is really quite a good book. Probably one of the best of John Irving. One of the best, because he has quite a few really, really good books. So I kind of hope that one actually gets picked, because yeah, it would be kind of cool to like reread it. Now, the next one on the list is called The Bones of Grace. This is also a series. It's called the Bangladesh series, number 3, book number 3. Okay, so already I'm like, dude, why book number 3? Why not book number 1? I think this is a trilogy, to be exact. It is historical fiction, of course, and cultural. It says, the much anticipated new novel by the Granta Best of Young British Novelist. Okay, because the author's name is Tamima Anam. Anwar told me that it wasn't until he almost died that he realized he needed to find the woman he had once loved. I've thought about that a lot in the last few years, that if Anwar hadn't worked on that building site, he might never have gone looking for Meghna. And if he hadn't done that, I might still be in the dark about my past. I've only ever been a hair away from being utterly alone in the world. Elijah, and it was Anwar who shone a light where once there was only darkness. Okay, it sounds like it could be interesting, but I'm kind of wondering why we're not reading book 1 and why she suggested book 3, and if this is going to be a problem. So I'm not really sure about that. It sounds like it could be interesting, but dude, book number 3. Oh, okay. Now the next books that I have, I own them, so I'm going to show you. Next on the list is Small Island, and this is by Andrea Levy, and this one came out a long time ago, but it's basically, it says Hortense Joseph arrives in London from Jamaica in 1948 with her life in her suitcase, her heart broken, her resolve intact. Her husband, Gilbert Joseph, returns from the war expecting to be received as a hero, but finds his status as a black man in Britain to be second class. His white landlady, Queenie, raised as a farmer's daughter, befriends Gilbert and later Hortense with innocence and courage until the unexpected arrival of her husband, Bernard, who returns from combat with issues of his own to resolve. So this is, I have not read this one yet, actually, and this is long overdue for me to actually read this one. So I would be kind of interested if this one got picked, because I think it would, that would be a good discussion, especially since a lot of people in our book club are British. Okay, next on the list is Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. I don't need to tell you what this one's about. This one was first published in 1952. I read this many years ago in college, but I would be quite happy to reread this one again, because this is the kind of book where you pick up things every time you read it. This one is quite a hefty one, though. This one is 581 pages, but this is the vintage edition, but it is quite a hefty, it's quite a thick novel, but it's an excellent one. And next on the list is Colson, Whiteheads, The Underground Railroad. I didn't review this one, actually, but I really, really enjoyed it. This is an excellent novel. I'm not going to tell you what it's about, because you already know what it's about, because you've seen, there's been reviews online all over the place since it came out last year. So Underground Railroad. Next on the list is this one, which is called The Life and Death of Sophie Stark. Okay, now I suggested this one because I thought it would be interesting to discuss. It says here, told from the perspective of 6 different people, this book reads like a documentary of the enigmatic fictional director Sophie Stark. The conversational tone of the individual interviewees interspersed with reviews of Stark's oeuvre combined to create in the reader as well as the characters a fascination with this slight creature who is clearly uncomfortable in the world, but whose art touches everyone who encounters it. So that's the one I suggest. Will people pick it? I have no idea. I'm going to pick it though. Next on the list is The Power. And this is by Naomi Alderman. This was the winner of the Women's Prize last year. I suggested this one because I thought it would be a good piece to discuss in a book club situation, especially being that we're all women. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it's about because you already know what it's about. It's been all over the place. And then we have The Sympathizer by Viet Thanh Nguyen. And this was the winner of the Pulitzer Prize 2016 for fiction. So this one, it says, the narrator, a Vietnamese army captain, is a man of divided loyalties, a half French, half Vietnamese communist sleeper agent in America after the end of the Vietnam War. A powerful story of love and friendship and a gripping espionage novel. The Sympathizer examines the legacy of the Vietnam War in literature, film, and the wars we fight today. This one is quite the chunker as well, but I hear only good things about it. I have not heard anyone say a thing about this book. 500 pages. But this is on my TBRs, so I would be quite happy to read it with my book club and discuss it. Now, last but not least, you will never believe what is on the list. Let's get a little bit of listening to the birds. A Little Life. Yes. So this book, I don't know. I'm not sure if I should vote for it or not. I probably will try to vote for it just because I think I need to give it another go. I've tried to read this book twice and I can't get past page 170. I don't know. So yeah, this is the hardcover version and it is a big whopping 720 pages long. If you've read this book, hit me up below and tell me why you like it, why you like this book, and why you think I should vote for it. Because, I mean, like I said, I tried twice, but I guess they say, you know, you need to try it a third time, and that has to be the final time. I don't know. I'm confused. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. If it gets picked, I might get the audiobook this time and read along with the audiobook and see if that doesn't do something for me more than the reading part. Because there's something about the reading that it just doesn't grab me, doesn't make me want to keep reading. That's why I think the first time I read to page 150, the second time I read to page 170, and then I just quit. I just became disinterested and stopped reading. So those are all of the books on the list. There's 29 books normally. Yeah, let me know which books you think might come out. 7 books will come out. At least try to guess what I will pick. I kind of gave you an idea of some of the things I wouldn't pick. So you might be able to guess that, but you could try to guess what might come out on the list as a whole. I will be back in June to tell you which 7 books have been chosen, although this is quite a lengthy list and there's some quite interesting books on it. But I must say the first 7 books they're pretty hefty, you know, pretty serious and pretty poignant and you know, tough reading. But yeah, we'll see. So thanks for watching this. Thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for taking the time to watch all the way through. Thanks for watching, supporting, and subscribing. I'll be back really soon with another review. Bye.